Alright, what's going on, guys? It's T Torres back here for another video. So in today's video we are going to be doing a review on my car. I've owned the Honda Civic Si, the 10th gen, for about, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks, maybe a month, if not right under a month. And the car currently has 1,300 miles on it and stuff, so I wanted to give my review after I've driven and I've owned the car for a couple months and I've taken it on a road trip and whatnot. So if any of you guys are subscribers from my from when I had my ST, I have a great fellow YouTuber that I know. I'll have his link, or not his link, but his YouTube channel name if you guys are still interested in Focused ST videos. He puts out great videos. It's Torque and Tech. Super cool guy, LJ, you're the man. So if you're watching this, man, all my ST guys, if you still want to have good quality ST content, go subscribe to Torque and Tech. So now let's get on with today's review video of my personal 10th gen Civic Si. Alright, what's going on, guys? So as you just saw in the last clip, that was the cold start of the 10th gen Civic Si. Really not that impressed, but that's okay. We do have you know, performance mods that are coming in the mail. They're currently already ordered. We're just waiting on them to be shipped out. Alright, so let's see, where do I start? So if you're stopping into the channel for the first time, I recently sold my 2016 Ford Focus ST. It was fully, I wouldn't say fully built, but it was full bolt-on mods, intake, downpipe, full exhaust, blow-off valve. It was, you know, full stage 3. It was tuned for E30, making a decent amount of power. And I don't know, I pulled the trigger too soon when I bought that car. I should have did a little bit more research and at least got the ST2 package. For me, I don't know what it's like for you all, but the cockpit of the car, the interior and stuff speaks a lot to me, because you know, that's where we're going to be spending the most of our time at, is the cockpit of the car and in the driver's seat. And the ST1 package was definitely lacking a lot of that. And this SI definitely does not lack the on the interior scale, from my point of view. The ST, on the other hand, was, you know, just a God, get over these speed bumps. Was just an ST1 package, so it had your basic cloth seats. You know, it did have a backup camera, but it's a very small diameter screen. And I don't know, it didn't really favor. I don't know, I just didn't feel like, damn, this is my car. I love driving this car every day. I love sitting my butt in the seat and just going for a ride. But oh, you know, with that being said, I love the car. Made great power. It was super quick. It was very torquey. I loved hearing the blow-off valve, even though some people say it's obnoxious. Yeah, it was overall just a great, fun car. I took really good care of it. Thank you to who all helped me, you know, build that car, put the bolt on. So thank you all for that. Alright, so now we'll start the topic of the 2017 Honda Civic Si, because, you know, that was just one of the factors why I sold that car, just, you know, the interior. But the interior of the Si, you know, has racing bucket seats. It has a nice, I believe it's a 7-inch display screen. It is a 1.5 liter, so it's not, so it's a half a liter difference between the Focus ST and the Si. But I've been reading on some forums, you know, full bolt-on, and if you do the E30 tune on this car, it should be making in the same ballpark horsepower-wise as a full stage 3 ST. This Si will, once you have the full bolt-ons on. So one of the things that I do like the most about this car is, I don't know if you can hear it, let me see if you can hear it, is a short throw shifter. You can, it's super notchy, so you know exactly when you're going into the gears. I love hearing that sound of having the comfort of knowing, yes, I'm in that gear, I'm in first, blah blah blah. Come on, people. All right, so I just mentioned the gear shifter. I like how Honda did the short throw. They did a great job with that. It's amazing. The whole dash of the car, you know, the cluster that you look at whenever you're driving is all digital. All of this right here is digital. I do love that. And they did a good job with that. Nice big steering wheel with a red stitching on top of the leather. They did a good job with that. I currently have 1,431 miles on it, and you know, I made a trip in there. It was like a 3-hour car ride. The car ride's super smooth. It does good on the interstate. You know, I find myself going faster than what the speed limit is because the car rides so smooth. So in combination, you know, with the suspension and the tires, you're just gliding down the interstate, and it's definitely a different ride than the ST had. You know, both the cars were both front-wheel drive cars, and I believe, somebody comment down below if I'm wrong, this car was 205 horsepower. 205 horsepower from the factory to the crank, I believe that is. So currently on the car, like I said, if you're new to the channel, I swapped out all the bulbs in the interior for LEDs, along with the, you know, the trunk light is LED now, and I just put a set of awesome LED headlights in the headlight. So if you haven't seen that video, I'll leave a link up here in the corner for you to click on that. Super simple install. One other thing that I want to address, not a lot of people know this, but when I first started this channel, I had a 9th gen Civic Si, so I don't know why it's such a shocker that I went from a stage 3 Focus ST back to the new 10th gen Si. You know, it was only a matter of time until Honda, you know, got with the turbo game and put a turbocharger on one of their engine platforms. So once that happened, I was like, man, I'm already, you know, there's already some things about this ST that I don't like, but I did enjoy the car. But I was like, man, Honda's already came out with a turbocharged platform now with the 10th gen. So I was like, now's a perfect time to get back into the Honda game. So yes, this channel did start out with a 9th gen Civic Si. So if you've been with me since then, kudos to you all, and I appreciate you guys. So one other side note that I want to go over. My channel is growing a lot in the past 30 days. I mean, I've gotten almost over 200 subscribers in the past month. And I want to thank all 1,400 of you guys for letting me do that. Once we reach 2,000 subscribers, I will be doing a giveaway. I haven't quite made up in my mind what it's going to be. So yeah, so thank you all for watching. Thank you for all the current subscribers and then subscribers that are going to be coming in the future. I thank you all for giving me this opportunity to do this. And one thing that's bothering me, well, I wouldn't say bother me, is that I'm itching to do. I'm itching to put these bolt-ons that I've already ordered. I'm just waiting on them to ship and to get in the mail. That's all we're waiting on for that. So I do have two performance mods that are in the mail. We're just waiting on them to come in. So back to the SI. So the ride and comfort, like I mentioned, is great on any kind of road. I have no complaints about that at all. The car is excellent on gas mileage. I mean, if you can see right here, I have the trip information. I mean, currently we're going 57 miles an hour, and you know, we're achieving 31.2 miles per gallon. So whenever we were on the interstate and I went on my road trip, it was like 41 or 42 miles per gallon. So this car is super fuel efficient, which is a plus. You know, the ST wasn't as fuel efficient, but it was at the same time, but just not as efficient as this car is. So if you see right here, we do have a nice red start button. That's cool. We have dual climate control for, you know, his and her, or however you want to say it. You know, this zone is mine, this zone is theirs, and you can control that. And another cool feature that this car has, these two buttons right here, these are your seat warmers. I have not yet to use them because it's too freaking hot in Alabama. So that's another cool feature. I like this carbon this carbon fiber that it has on the dash. That's another cool little added touch that they did to that. And then, so as we're going down the road, as you'll see, take a look right here in the gauge cluster. I'll push sport. It automatically lights up sport. The active dampering system changes the suspension. All the lights turn red, and then you got the little sport display right there. So I think that's pretty cool. And you can switch that on the fly. So like I just mentioned, our miles per gallon keeps on going up and up. We're now getting almost 34.5 miles per gallon. So, in the future, like I said, I will be doing full bolt-ons with this car, stock turbo, and then I'll be doing intake, downpipe, front pipe. I think I'm gonna leave the catback exhaust alone. I've done some talking with some people, and they've said that it, changing it out really is no added difference. So we're going to leave the catback exhaust alone. Man, sorry about the sun. I'm going to turn the car around so you guys can see me better. I didn't realize it was going to reflect like that in the video so much. It's been raining all freaking day here, so Hurricane Nate, I guess we just caught the tail end of it yesterday and today, so now the rain has finally stopped. So I was like, all right, so let's throw the camera gear on the car and let's make a video. So once I find a place to turn around, I'll do a quick UE somewhere. Comment down below if you guys would be interested in me doing like a how-to video when it comes to the Android Apple Play or the Apple CarPlay. I use Apple CarPlay and it works phenomenal. I love it, being able to listen to my music, text messages, maps, all that interface is built in right there, and it's pretty much all 100% hands-free. So if you'd be interested in a video like that, just let me know. All right, let's see if we can make a turn right here. Okay, let's see. Let's turn this bad boy around. Get the camera out of direct sunlight. So I don't plan on tracking this car. I just, I'm gonna go for a more show car, I guess you could say, in a way. Eventually, I would love to get airbags for this car, a nice set of wheels. I'll do front and rear sway bars, upper strut bar. There's a lot of cosmetic things that I want to do to this car that's going to be coming in the future. So, and all of those will be, a challenge to me. I've never done airbags or installed airbags, so definitely, if anybody's in the local area and you got experience doing suspension work with airbags, let me know, because sometime in the near future, maybe like within the next year or so, I'd like to, have this car on air and just see how it rides and stuff, see how I like it. So I hear it's a love-hate thing. It looks good, but I don't know what the ride quality is like. I've never ridden in a car that has airbags. One thing that I have definitely noticed, in the short time that I've owned this car has a lot of low-end torque. I don't really know the size of the turbo, but I imagine it's no bigger or smaller than the one that was in the Focus ST. So like I said, I've noticed that this car has a lot of low-end torque, which is all right. Got some torque steer, so I'll be getting some subframe braces to put all that torque down. And once the car reaches 2,000 miles, that's the braking period according to Honda. That's when we'll do our first oil change. I'll do a how-to video on the oil changes also. So that should be a super simple, easy video. I'm just dying for those two parts that I have to come in the mail. And I've got a lot of mixed reviews on people asking me, why'd you buy this car? Why did you get this car? At the end of the day, it's whatever I want. I'm paying the car. I'm paying the car note, not you. So man, people are just such haters. Makes me want to do like a hate comment video and just start roasting people, but I'm not having got there yet. So the seats in the car are cloth. I like how they didn't do a headrest. They just did one solid headrest with the SI embroidered in it. And one other thing that I want to show you guys that I thought was a cool feature. So whenever you push this button or you turn right, you have a lane watch camera that comes on that shows you whatever's in your blind spot. I thought that was really cool. That's a cool feature that also was in the 9th gen. So the lane watch camera I thought was freaking awesome. I mean, if somebody was a racer, you could always race on the left lane and watch your opponent in the right lane. I just thought that was cool. So I'm really curious to see, how reliable this car is going to be able to put the power down once we have all the bolt-ons on the car. And I do run 93 octane in this car, and as you can see on the screen, we are getting, we're going 54, 55 miles an hour. We're achieving 37 miles per gallon. That's freaking awesome. No complaints there. I mean, from E to F, when the car's on full, like my range is every bit of 400 miles to a tank. I wasn't able to achieve that in the ST. One thing that I do dislike about this car is the brake hold button. So what that allows you to do is, if you have the brake hold on, once the car comes to a complete stop, you can take your foot off the brake and the car holds it holds the brake for you. And it just seems like it feels like once you have that on, the car has to be, I don't know, I feel like once it hits a certain like RPM, that's when it releases the car. And I don't use it much. I will admit, I have stalled the car one time because of that brake hold thing. I definitely do not like that. One thing that took me a while to get used to is it has an electronic park brake. You pull it up, that simulates as if you're pulling the park brake up, if you had a handle, and you push it down to disengage the e-brake. That definitely took some getting used to. Once you get about 2,000 RPMs and above, you can start hear that turbo spool. You get the nice induction noise from the stock cooler intake, but I want more out of it because my ST was super loud. I enjoyed cranking that thing up in the morning and listening to her purr, or the ST. I don't remember if I said ST or SI. So I'm not really sure, what the 0 to 60 is and stuff like that is on this car. But if you go over to the steering wheel on the left hand side, you have a little information button, and that's where it has all your gauges in it. So here's one of the gauges. It shows you your throttle pressure or your throttle percentage and how much you're braking. Then if you go over one more, it shows you your boost gauge. And you go over one more, it does like it's kind of like VTEC, but it tells you when you need to shift from your red light. It starts out in yellow or green, yellow, and then it goes into dark red. And then the next gauge, you have your G-force. It just shows you how much G's you're going through. I thought that was really cool. It has kind of like a track pack. It has all the track apps. It has a timer, so stopwatch. You can do your 0 to 60 on that, and then you have your fuel. So currently my average miles per gallon is 36.8, which is super good. You have your service. It tells you whenever you need to change your air filter, oil, all that good stuff, your music, your cell phone, and you can change your miles per hour to kilometers. But yeah, that is just a few things about this SI that I wanted to put out there. So if you're stopping into the channel for the first time, please hit that subscribe button. Leave this video a like also. That helps me, grow. It helps me get my video out there into the suggested content. So, in the future, we have mods coming. Like I said, it's just, I have to be patient, just like you all have to be patient for those mods to get in. And I'm super excited to get my hands dirty and get these mods put on this car. So once again, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Peace out.
Okay, it's rap pack to my pulse flat. We keep it real, no false rap. I got 4 cars and they all black. Got 4 bras and they all that. We call that ballin'. Doing this is my call.